Hello, I'm Mark Hallen from Cultured Carp Baits, and we're putting together a short video just to show you a few of the rigs that I've used myself in my angling over the last 20 years with a great deal of success. Pretty simple rigs, and we're going to show you them with our products using acidic peach today. And we're going to take them to the tank so you can see how they sit and how they present in the water. So we'll start off with a simple PVA bag rig. Using Christ and Supernova hook link, a size 6 1/4 wide gape hook, barbed, ESP 1.2mm shrink tubing, 2.5 ounce inline cord lead. Take a piece of this, 12 inches just over. Takes me a little bit longer to tie these now in my old age. Simple board loop on the end, going on to a knotless knot. These out. This is a 20mm Cultured Carp Baits pop-up, cork ball pop-up. Let's do 6 turns on that. So there you've got your basic knotless knot. So that we then take a piece of this, it's going to be cut it into about a third off there. And basically thread that straight on as per normal. Down. Now the rig tubing wants to go as far down the shank so it's halfway between the point and the end of the barb, which is just about there. That's it, lovely. Then taking our splicing needle, going from the point of your hook at a 45-degree angle. We want to take, which is around about there. We want to take our splicing needle through. So 45 degrees up and through out the top. Then take her back through so she comes out the side of the rig tubing. And we simply trim that down. There we go. To that we add a standard size 8 1/4 swivel. Trim her off. And there's basic PVA bag rig, supple hook link, ready to be steamed shrink tubing, preferably about 8 inches long for the kind of PVA bag fishing that I do. Just going to go and shrink that down, and I shall come back and show you what she looks like finished up. Right, so now that's been shrunk down, so that gives you the finished result, which is basically gives it a nice kick out there, 45-degree angle, sits out perfectly. We basically now bait him up with one of our 20mm acidic peach pop-ups. And place on a suitably sized split shot of that, about 15mm down from the end of the shrink tube. And there you go, there's our standard pop-up rig. Right, just to show you this, we've basically just attached a bit of mono to put our inline lead on to give us a completed rig, and we're going to show you how we put our bags together. My favourite choice for bag are the ESP bulk bags, and basically take one of these out. First thing to do is fold it straight in half, double it over on itself, and then basically take your rig, get your bait in one corner and your shot in the other corner. Just down here I've got a bucket of acidic peach mix. So basically we sprinkle the mix into the bottom, covering the hook, making sure there's no big lumps that are going to pierce the top of the hook point when she's all folded in. And maybe 16mm and a 20mm boilie, a few 10mm boilies. A little bit more mix, and drop your lead on the top. Make sure your hook links sit in clear, and top it up with a bit more mix. Right. So there you go, we have our bag basically half filled up, all laid in there neatly, and we just pull the bag up, come into where the top of your lead is just sitting outside, and we close her up, pull her in nice and tight. At this point, just give a simple twist, press your corners in, and we a little lick there, fold him in, and across there. And we take the top bit, holding the twist still, just simply pull it straight over. Tightly round. There you go, a nicely packed PVA bag of acidic peach boilies with a 20mm pop-up, fair size weight with the right tackle. I mean, I can cast these 150 yards with no wind, or the wind in the right direction. I'm sure there's many people out there put these in excess of 200 yards with the right tackle. Now we're going to take this to the tank, lower it in, and show you how she lies on the bottom. Right, so here's our PVA bag. We're now going to take this into the tank, let it dissolve slowly, and let you see what the presentation of this rig does. And you can see the time this is taking to dissolve, so they are very effective for casting into deep water. Managed to get down through the weed well. It's just starting to break away lovely now, look. I believe that's our pop-up, just stuck his nose out. And the fastest ever capture using this method was 27 seconds from the bag landing on the surface, resulting in a nice low 30. When fishing through the colder months, I like to pour a bit of the liquid bait compound into the PVA bags, which adds an additional attraction to the bait. There you go, a perfect mouthful. Lead remains completely hidden. Like I say, this presentation has resulted in probably 90% of the fish I've ever caught in the last 25 years. We also do fish it with a balance bait, depending on where we're fishing. So it would just be the same principle, the same rig, but instead of a pop-up, amongst the little pile of crumb there would be a critically balanced bottom bait. Right, so that was the PVA bag that we use, and that's effectively probably caught me 90% of the fish I've caught since I've been carp fishing over the last 25 years. Very little has changed to the presentation the way I do. It's been refined slightly with choice of hooks. It obviously got better in time. But now we're going to show you the rig I use for basically the other 10% of my fishing, which is if I see a fish at range and I want to put a single out there, then I use a completely different rig altogether, which we'll go through now. For this we use the Corda 10-pound intelligent hook link, all similar. We will use a piece of Supernova for tying a supple hair, which I'll show you as well. And also we're going to use a 20mm peach balance bait this time to show you the effect of them and how they come. Right, so this rig being a mono hook link, I still tend to use a supple hair so the bait moves more freely. So we'll start off, take a piece of Supernova or equivalent. There you go, that's our hair made. Then we'll take approximately 18 inches of hook link. And again, Corda size 6 wide gape. Right, so firstly we take the hook and put our hair in place. Going through the back of the eye, so the hair sits down the back of the shank. And bring the other end straight back down and hold our like so. And taking your hook link material through the front to the back. So take her down. then take around again 6 times. So she's all pulled tight, and we're going to take off our trimmings. So, and your mono hook link with supple hair. And again for this we use another piece of ESP shrink tube, 1.2mm diameter. Slide her down again, halfway between the point and the bar, like so. And again taking the splicing needle, thrown at a 45-degree angle from the point. Again, this rig I use with either a helicopter rig or lead clip, but I like to have a longish hook link for this type of rig, which will attach to again a size 8 swivel, this time quarter ring swivel. Polymer knot. There you go. We'll now take that again to steam, bring her back, bait her up and show you how she lies in the tank. Right, so there you have it, there's the shrink tube steamed down. And again, I like to flatten the end out and it gives your hook link a nice bed to sit in, so it stays flat and helps with the turning. I find always seem to hook dead centre of the bottom lip with these rigs. Right, with this we're using a 20mm balanced hook bait straight from the tub. There you go. A nice single hook bait rig. Fairly simple, straightforward, very effective. We'll fish this with either a lead clip for anything up to 80-90 yards. We're going 100 yards, 150 in excess of, and we tend to fish a helicopter style rig and probably shorten the hook length down as well to about 10 inches. Right, we'll take that to the tank now and we'll show you how that sits with the critically balanced hook baits directly from the tub. Right, so we'll now come to the tank. I'm going to show you how these lay on the bottom. Like I say, it's 20mm critically balanced hook bait straight from the tub. Right, as you can see, that sunk down pretty slowly. It's got a fair bit of movement in it, so slightest movement, it reset down nicely, as you can see. Hook lies flat to the bottom, so the point's not rubbing on anything. You see some people fish their rig and they'll have their hook and they'll balance it so it sits up like that on the bottom. It gives it the potential to work side to side and blunting on gravel or whatever. I always prefer for my hook to sit directly flat on the bottom and the bait to sit above it, somewhat masking it. I'll show you again. It just slowly, gently sits down. Okay, so that's a small insight into the basic rigs I've used over most of my carp fishing life. Like I say, very simple, effective ways of hooking fish. The tackle I've shown you there, very strong, very effective. We've landed numerous 30, 40, 50, 60 pound carp, sturgeon, catfish on these tactics. And that's just the way we keep it. We like to keep it simple, give the fish what they want, and just make sure once you've got one, keep hold of it.